Alrighty, fellas. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to PokeMMO Stream Recap 429, I believe. No, wait, that number is way off. It's not 400. I'm sorry. 249, okay? We can leave that up to... Okay, Stream Recap 249. Welcome, fellas. Are you ready to spend some Pokeyen and shiny hunt? Because that's what today is all about. There is 18 hours left in the Christmas event 2024 in PokeMMO. It's interesting because the event actually ends at like 8 a.m. ET, like my time zone, which is kind of hilarious. I'm just going to shiny hunt for about, I don't know, however many hours I can today, but I'm also going to be prepping for Shiny Wars. So first things first, I've been debating of whether I want to make eggs right now. Let me go show you what we're working with. I've been debating of whether or not I want to go make eggs right now, or whether I want to go do some like time life hordes, gotta crank up the encounters and then do it. It doesn't really matter, but it's just a mental thing. I do have some Pokeyen to gain. Let's go grab that because we're gonna need all the Pokeyen we can possibly have. People ask me all the time, why don't I just claim all on this stream? The reason why is because all these Ammonites are unsold, and I'd rather them be in essentially storage in the GTL versus I have to deal with them in my mail or in my PC. My PC space and mail space is very valuable, so having unsold listings sit on the GTL hilariously is a valuable resource. So anyways, let's go ahead and look at what I've been up to off stream. 1 box, 2 box, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, boys. 16 boxes ready to go with Dittos, Breeders, Alomolas, Beldums, Porygons, Tricos, Charmanders, all the good stuff. Everything you could imagine. My favorite thing with egging has become to egg like with a giant mosh pit of Pokemon where it could come out as anything. Also some alphas over here as well. So I'm excited. Shiny Wars is coming up. Your goal for Shiny Wars is to have your entire boxes full of as many eggs as possible prior to war beginning. That's the goal. So we're going to see what I can do today. The Shiny War begins January 11th. I do have some extra stuff over here, as well as I have extra Dittos and other rare Pokemon to breed on an alt account. So I do have other things stored on an alt account. That's how serious people take this and how much it becomes. Let's go ahead. You know what? I am going to do eggs first. Let's go ahead and do it. So what I'm going to go do right now is head over to you can do it now at any daycare in game because you can breed wherever you want now since it stocks up. I do actually want to fill up my inventory because I don't want the eggs to hatch. You can prep eggs, as many eggs as possible before Shiny Wars, but you can't actually hatch them, right? That would defeat the purpose. So you do actually want to fill up your boxes. So let's just go ahead and do this, or fill up your party. You can breed the things while over here. So I'm gonna get a Shiny Charm linked together. This is gonna be my first. This is gonna be, I believe, my first full batch of eggs since the breeding changes. So I'm really curious to see how many I can do within an hour. This will be a really, really good test. Yeah, before we start doing the eggs, someone asked me, do mysterious balls count for, you know, for Team Mr. Shiny Wars, and they do not, which I really like. I think it's a good rule, honestly. I think not allowing mysterious ball shinies is something I've always been in favor of, but I need to buy a shit ton of Pokeballs. I'm going to be spending a fair amount of Pokeyen today to prep. So I currently have 1,300 Pokeballs. During Shiny Wars, I feel like I usually crank through, I want to say a few, like 4, it depends how many eggs I do, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to buy a ludicrous amount of Pokeballs right now. Like, I think I'm going to buy up to 10,000. And I think if I buy up to 10,000, it will just give me a clean number and an idea of how many eggs I actually made during the war itself. So if we spend a ton of Pokeyen, boom, yep, right there, okay. Now we're at 9,348. So let's do some quick math. And by quick math, I mean barely able to do it without a calculator. I think that's right. 10,000 Pokeballs are now sitting in the bag, boys. Okay, wait, why? That's really annoying that it makes an extra stack for that. That's funny, but that makes sense. 10,000 Pokeballs to perfectly track how many eggs are made during the war. I definitely won't make that many. That's ridiculous. But that's what I have in mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and we have a link. I'm gonna pop Shiny Charm. I'll show you guys what the first few eggs look like. This has been changed pretty drastically. The whole breeding system in general. I'm going to try to work on getting my clicks together. Now, the more you interact with this old man, the faster your clicks, the faster your, what's it called, will be. You'll lose. So as you interact with him more and more, there will be less and less text. Which I think is a really, really interesting way, as you can kind of see, of speed. It's already way faster. It's a really interesting way of speeding up breeding without getting rid of text for people who are just playing the game naturally and, like, you know, doing one breed here and there, right? I think this is a really, really interesting way to speed up. See how much faster, how much text we lost. Very interesting way to speed up egg hunting specifically post the strings changes. This is a great question, and a question that I asked myself the exact same thing. I think it even used to work like this, Onyx, but I think it got changed. To start for a rare breed for a shiny, do you have to go catch like a box of the Pokemon you want, so you get all OT on future breeds? You don't. You used to have to do that, I believe, but nowadays, I could be mistaken on that. Nowadays, you can just, as long as you have one, for example, as long as I have caught an Alomomola in the wild, and I have a Alomomola caught OT in my Pokedex, so the green little square, any Alomomolas that I breed from that point will come out OT. So all these Alomomolas, like I bought all these Alomomolas, I'm pretty sure, off the GTL or whatever. All of these come out Patrouski OT afterward. This one is Patrouski OT, but I'll probably rebreed or whatever. But yes, you don't need. You can just go once, as long as you have it caught OT, you can just go buy them. It's a great question because I think it used to be different. The biggest mistake, and I've seen this happen with like a shiny Snivy, never, ever, 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 ever be that person / player who gets a OT star on a rare shiny. I've seen it happen. It happens if I were to, for example, not have Snivy caught OT, if it was just like owned OT, like the blue square, and then I bred a bunch of Snivies and I got a shiny, it would come out like Patrouski star OT. And that essentially means that like if I ever rebreed it, it will lose the OT. So you don't, and like it is some of like weird qualities about it. You do not want to get OT star on a rare shiny. It's one of the weirdest things that is possible to happen. That is a crazy mistake. That's a weird situation. Yeah, speaking of Alomomola, I really like shiny Alomomola. Number one, I think it's an underrated shiny, being like the really beautiful purple. And then number two, it is one of the final shiny Pokemon that Team Mr. needs for its Team Pokedex. And Team Mr. would be the first team in all of Pokemon history to complete the shiny dex. And it's like not even close. Like we're like the team in the lead by far on the specific shiny challenge, which is I think a beautiful, beautiful thing. It'd be a really, really cool world first. And we are the closest by far. And it would be, it'd be a big deal. We need like a Alomomola, Quillfish, Blue Stripe Basculin. I think there's like one more. I can go check the DMs. We need Quillfish, Cast Form, Alomomola, Blue Stripe Basculin. Those are the last four we need. Yeah, speaking of stress, Pat, I was in a link with 3 others from your Discord recently. We all agreed that this event was easily the most stressful yet. Trying to keep up throughout Christmas and beat the 4-star raids. Yeah, I super agree. Someone mentioned that they thought the Halloween event recently was more stressful. And, you know, obviously to each their own. That event was... I felt you could at least complete the raids quicker in that event, honestly. And I feel like that event... I feel like I was caught up on that event within 3 or 4 days. I feel like this event... I was literally like doing Suicune with 48 hours or less left in the event. Like, I really never caught up fully with this event. I didn't even get... I wanted to do a video like covering all the vanities, like a very simple, easy video. And I never got around to that. Like, there was a bunch of videos I didn't get out during this event. And I think it is to be fair, it is a uniquely special time. Halloween is like, okay, maybe you decorate, maybe you go to a costume party, maybe you like give out candy. Like, there's a few things you do for Halloween, right? But I think for Christmas, for a lot of people, or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever holidays you celebrate, right? Like, I think the wintertime holidays are even more in depth alongside New Year's. Like, there's like kind of like 2 to 3, maybe like multiple holidays all at once at that time of year, as well as I feel like the raids were more difficult, especially dropping the Suicune raid in the middle of everything was pretty insane, and that being limited and tied to the event. Obviously, Heatran you can at least wait for, but like I feel like this event was the most stressful event I've ever played in PokeMMO history. There was the most difficult content to do. It was like it wasn't the most amount of content period, but it was high quantity content and very difficult content, which made things tough. But that's almost like, I don't know, like that's not a knock against the devs, maybe a little bit, but like that's an easy fix, you know? Oh no, don't give us too much content. Like that's in the future we can just adjust based off that. So I think it's a tough line to draw. Like, you know, people complain about lack of content for other updates. So I think it's just, you kind of just have to try your best and keep doing better and better. So I think this event was amazing. I think it was a really good Christmas event for sure. And a lot of PvP players are very, very happy. I think a lot of PvP players had a lot of uneasiness and concerns in the community. And I feel like a lot of them were wiped away during this event. I was talking to Spidget in his stream, and he talked about how, like, yeah, he was like, yeah, man, I haven't really done the raids or anything like that. I've been too busy, you know, testing out Heatran, testing out the Pokemon or whatever. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's ideal. I feel like as a player, you should be able to play your favorite part of the game, right? Like if you're a PVMer, you should do raids. If you're a PvPer, ignore all the other content and just focus on trying out all the cool new mons. If you're a shiny hunter, you know, try to shiny hunt as much as you can on the holiday boost, but maybe also I also did some raids, stuff like that. But there's a lot to do. TLDR, there was a lot to do this event. For me, it's less about complaining about too much content and more that the barrier to entry is too high. I'm usually able to do everything in events, but this will be the first legendary I missed out on. I think this was the highest barrier entry to an event that we've seen, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I obviously wouldn't want this for every event. I think 99% of events are amazing for new players with like one storyline done or freshly finished storylines. Like, you're always going to see people complain about, you know, events are bad for new players, but from my experience, and I would love to do a series, I want to do this for a long time, of like making an account from scratch during an event and seeing how much progress I could make, because I feel like events are really good to new players. Most events, not this one. This one was not. Like, there wasn't much you could do at all. You could do Lost Presence, and you could, I shouldn't say not at all, but like, you could do Lost Presence, and you could do, swarms and stuff like that, but the rewards weren't that. They were still good, I feel like, for new players, but they weren't as good as previous years, is the only thing to factor in. So there's that kind of stuff. I think this was definitely a end game player event more than we've ever seen before. That's what I would, that wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It's good to have some events be like that, but was this still too much even by aiming for that? Like, that becomes the question. Alrighty, fellas, our shiny charm is over. We made as many eggs as we possibly could. I definitely got super distracted and talked to chat too much, as per usual, as I'm making eggs, but let's count how many we did. 30, 60, 90. 30, 60, 90 more would be 180. And you have 210. Oh, I fucked up here, so I do have -2 at the end. So 210, 240, 270, 300, 330, 360, 390, 420, 450, and then 450 -2 is the final number. So I do have, I did make 448 eggs. You could definitely do more than this. I was not very efficient and fast, but it is still much more. It's interesting. It is, I think it's my PB. I think, did I do better last? I don't remember, but like, that is like, back before the breeding changes, I would do about 400 an hour. The fact that I can do 448 now, while talking to chat and having a hour-and-a-half long discussion of whether or not you should wash your rice, I think is very showing of how much the breeding system has changed. So let's go ahead and we're going to add our encounters. We're going to do 131 plus 448, and that'll give us 579. So we then go adjust our encounter counter and add those numbers onto it. I'm not going to be hatching any of these eggs until war begins, and then on top of that, I'm going to try to actually make more eggs, right? I've only filled about half my PC or whatever, or less or whatever, with eggs, right? So now we take all of this, we move them over to, you know, these boxes, move them together, and we try to fill these back up with more breeds in the future. But first, I'm going to go do some times 5 hordes, because today is the last day to do Happy Holidays boost in PokeMMO, so I'm going to go try to abuse that while I can with some times 5 hordes. No, this is okay, we're gonna shut this for sure. This is a great suggestion from Mist. I've been wanting to shiny hunt for Koffing for so long. Also, reactive gas wheezing probably has some utility right now, with even with certain raids or with just PvP in general. It's a very good Pokemon, reactive gas wheezing, or it's a good utility Pokemon. I always forget this is a Shunt. I don't know why. I don't go here nearly enough. This is like one of my most anticipated shiny hunts in all of Johto's release. Well, wait a minute. It's nighttime. Okay, I have an idea. We'll do Koffing during the daytime, Tauros at nighttime. Because Tauros is another very anticipated shiny hunt for me, but you really only want to do it at nighttime, because I believe it's a, I believe it is a 50-50 spot at nighttime, but a 33-33-33 at daytime. You dodge Fearow at nighttime. So let's go grab whatever Pokemon we may need and go over to the Tauros spot, which is right next to a PC. It's a free Shunt. Okay, for those who don't happen to know, the Tauros spot is right below. You can fly to this location, the Safari Zone gate, and then just do time swipe hordes here. It is a 50-50 shot at nighttime for Tauros and Gloom, I believe. Yeah, there's Gloom. So during the daytime, I think it's a 33, 33, 33, 33 with Gloom, Firo, Tauros. So doing this spot at nighttime, this should probably be the nighttime spot that I go to. I am using a reactive gas wheezing here just because it's going to stop the Tauros intimidates. That can kind of stall the battles a little bit or whatever. 50 more like 80-20. I could be wrong. Maybe the number. Oh, did they? Oh no, you know what it is? Maybe it is 80-20. Did they change it? Was this just like Tauros might be harder than I think, because they might have changed it similar to Miltank, right? You might be right. This might be an 80-20 spot. That's a great call. Okay, so apologies then for the misinformation. This is an 80-20 spot. This is an 80-20 spot. You're probably totally right. Just like how Miltank was. Miltank used to be 50-50, but they switched it after about a month of Johto's release. They changed a lot of the rates, which was a pretty controversial thing at the time. And as you can see, I'm getting no Tauros. It makes total sense. That is a super, super interesting call. Do you think blank wish tags would go up in price after the event? It's a good question. The Dream Essence for Darkrai, yeah. I mean, how did Dream Essence do after the event? I'm honestly not sure. Whether something like this will go up in price after the event, it's you never know. You never know for sure. I think with something like this, I don't know what we can actually check. What we can do is we can check PokeMMO Hub, an awesome tool that I'm not sponsored by that lets us track the history of item prices. So let me actually head over to that website really quick. Find Dream Essence. And then we can straight up just look at the history of this item live. Here, 1 sec, let's get it up. Thank you for the sub. I'll thank you properly here in a quick sec. But we can actually just, once it loads, just check out the price history. Look at this nice, super nice sub. Okay, it was a nice comment for a little bit. Okay. So Dream Essence. It seems like it was, when did Heatran come? This was in November. So this was back in, it released in like, it seems like Dream Essence has gone down in price over time. So you never really know with an item like this. You would think with like scarcity, you know, only a certain amount being whatever in the game at a time, it would go up, and it's because blank wish tags are the item that's used to affect Jirachi. But it's just very possible that the hype surrounding Jirachi right now is just going to like far exceed any price adjustment. So will blank wish tags go up? Your guess is as good as mine. I don't even think I would. If I don't follow a market enough, I don't like to make a guesstimation on it. I don't think I've followed these like elemental. I did when elemental orbs and Grasiduous came out. I was all over that market. It's a very interesting one, but I haven't followed this one enough, and not for a long time. So I don't have a prediction. I don't have a personal opinion. I'm not invested in them. So your guess is as good as mine. Kind of a boring non-answer, but hopefully looking at the price history of Dream Essence and stuff can inform your decision a bit more. I'm sorry. Did someone say that there are a lot of factors that affect how a market moves and how prices change? Well, wouldn't you know, you can actually get a factor of your own, 50% off, link in the description. Amazing food, chef-made meals, prepped meals, delivered straight to your door. Legitimately a good product. And on top of it, for every factor sub, I will add an hour to a streamathon at the end of the month. I will breed 10 alpha mons, because it's 5 alphas during the streamathon and 5 alphas during wars, and open 5 mysterious balls during the streamathon, as well as every 10 subs will buy something really pretty and nice for the stream. And at 30 subs, if we were to happen to reach that by some weird metric, I would unproudly and unfortunately be forced to bathe in beans. Check out Factor. They're a big reason. They're a big supporter of small content creators, and a big reason I can even do long streams in events like Shiny Wars coming up. So check them out. 50% off of food in this economy is a banger deal. Link in the description. Alrighty, well, in typical Patrouski fashion, we lose another stream from a disconnect, unfortunately. But because I disconnected, and because you're still watching the stream recap, I'm going to give you guys a little taste of a secret meme, okay? I was just talking about the vanity that I want the most in PokeMMO that I don't own. And it's a vanity that I've been wanting for an extremely long time. And I've seen this vanity priced around 18 to 25 mil for an extremely long time. And I've offered 19 mil, like 18, 19 mil for them for a while. But you know what? Let's just make a rash, giant decision off stream for those who stick with me, watch all the stream recaps all the way to the very end. Thank you all for watching. You mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Here you go. Vampire Fangs bought. That is a lot of Pokeyen spent. I should have enough still for Shiny Wars, as well as investing in the future events. I guess, yeah, like Lunar New Year event coming up. Keep in mind, the Lunar New Year event is around the corner. I think it's really easy to forget. I'm going to go ahead and take off the Santa beard. I have to go over to my customization. You can't see the fangs at all through the through the beard. So there we go. The new Patrouski look is here. Let me adjust a few things, honestly. Now, there is no way you can look me in the eyes and not say that this is absolute unbelievable drip. Talk about a bonkers outfit. Keep in mind, I am the person who's rating your guys' fashion contests. Woo! Banger outfit, crazy drip. This is the Shiny Wars 2025 official outfit, boys. And I will see you then on January 11th. I hope you enjoy the videos in the meantime until those streams begin. It's going to be a crazy time. Lots of 10-hour streams. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching again. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Check out Factor, link in the description. It's some really good food. It's the best way to support the content and support the stream. And pretty much just have a good day. Enjoy PokeMMO every single day. Have fun. Peace, Reno. Hey, thank you so very much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me. And if your name is listed here, you're the reason I'm able to do this in the first place by going above and beyond and supporting the channel via YouTube memberships and Twitch Primes. Thank you so much. Have a great day.